Right where the boat hits the water, that is, only there. Oh, I like it. Oh, I want to buy that painting. Can you sell it to me, Helen? Yes, yes, you can have it at $1,000 million. Hi guys, it's Helen Norton here on day 26 of my 30-day watercolor challenge. Oh, I'm nearly there. It's just flying, kind of. Anyway, I had a good day today. I did this little painting, which is this boatman. I love doing boatmen. Everyone loves the boatman, don't they? And it went really well. I haven't had a good one for a while. There's usually problems, but I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I put this little flying fish in because, oh, well, why not? Very simple and plain. I love these little modelled paintings. I'm enjoying them more and more. They're a bit like the Mexican expressionists of, years in the past who were painting all the communist murals, but modelled, lovely, a bit Georgia O'Keeffe sort of modelled, I suppose, sort of, but enjoyed it so much. And as I discussed in the painting, I've got lots and lots of little boat paintings and so it's kind of, following along in that tradition. It looked great in the frames as well. It's funny because as I keep saying, I'm always trying to put so much in this tiny painting and it would just translate beautifully onto a large piece of paper. But the less you put in, the better it is because, it is such a tiny composition. And unless you're doing miniatures deliberately, and I really do not want to do them, I only chose the little paintings for my challenge because I actually thought I would keep them simple and I thought I'd be doing them in 15 minutes and, the video would be made in 30 minutes, but it's turned out completely different. However, it has got me back on the horse and I am actually not doom scrolling anywhere near as much. I'll have a quick look and make my summation that, yeah, they're all doing exactly the same things. And so I've got to get over and do my work because I'm not doing the same thing, am I? Which is great. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here and go and edit this footage so you can watch it. I'll talk to you inside the video. I might just put a man and a dog in the boat, but I'm going to do this in a horizontal format this way, slightly different to what I did last time and the one that's been really popular, which is Boatman and Water. So this will be another man and a dog in a boat, however, slightly different treatment. Wet the whole page. Trouble is my towel's getting a bit wet underneath. Pat it back so it's not too wet. The paper is definitely not the best paper I've ever met in my life, this paper. It's a much lighter grade. It is 300, but I don't know, it doesn't sort of... I'm such a complainer. Like I was saying the other day, I get used to the materials I use. Just like riding a horse. You get on a different one and it all feels very different. So here we go. And blue, make a nice strong mix. But we want the light of the paper to come through, so we don't want to... Trouble is when you go over it a few times, you actually saturate it. You use the big brush and load it up, so that's really sucked up everything, and off we go. Let's go. We'll leave it a bit light. Just using water to lighten it as it goes to the horizon. And we're going to melt the horizon, so... And I do like that phthalo in the sky, so I'll pop that in there too. Just sort of ease that in. Leave it there, let it bleed. Go back in now with the green. It's going to be quite fuzzy, so I'm just going to try and make it very pale, like it's fuzzing off in the background. Go meet it from the bottom. Bigger brush. All right, let's leave it there and dry it quickly. So, things happening here. I'm losing control. Quickly grab. Here we go. You ready? Let's go nuts. At least if I could get things straight, half the battle would be over for me. We have a horizon. We didn't get a lot of depth in there. I think it's the paper that's causing the problems here. I'm definitely on the right side. Oh well, never mind. I need a fresh towel underneath or I'll make a mess. Let's head off to the next part. Now let's put our little boat and other details. Without any clouds in the sky, it is quite boring, so we may consider that. Initially, I'm just going to get my boat in. Now normally, you know, I don't draw, well, I have been lately. I think I might. Let's get these little dudes done. It's a very detailed drawing for me. I do think we're going to need something, cloud or seagull there, but it's a very simple painting. It was meant to be, but my drawing went on and on. No masking, notice. Usually I use a rose dory to get a flesh colour, but it's going to be dark, so we're probably going to have to put some white and crimson and all sorts of things into that face. So I'll just use the usual raw sienna and a bit of white. I don't want to get all my grotty hands on this now. Oh, see, I've got no towel. That's really hard. I don't like that. I'm so used to using my towel. Oh, it's terrible. Everything rolls. I'm out of whack again. Oh, but someone who likes change, I sure do seem to like things to be the same. Now I've made it all smooth. I'm going to have a super absorbent thing to work on. The shadow of his hat, crimson and something or other. Just a bit of sienna or something to just darken, put a nice big brim of hat there. Oh, we're back in the minutiae, guys. Just a drop of water can ruin everything when you're doing this sort of ridiculous, silly detail, which is so crazy. All right, so while I'm there, I'm going to do something here about this face. Now, you know, you would imagine he would have sunglasses, but I don't want sunglasses. A big bold eye there to make it look really strange. Sunglasses would easy fix all the problems. Would just black it out, but I don't want that. I want it to be more interesting. Like if you were having a life journey, maybe don't wear sunglasses. Right, that's nice. All right, that's a bit cartoony, but we'll drop it back. It's good enough, right? That's enough for his face. Only just to drop that white down, grey it out a bit. His face is done. We could do his hat, get that out of the way. I'm going to make it a sort of a brownie, a light, like a sort of a goldy colour, but his hat, probably white because it'll stand out really well. The shadow first. Imagine the sun coming from there. It out. Good, nice, nice, yes. That's how I want it. Absolutely enough. I guess if I work on him, then I'll work back. I'm not putting my hand through it. So a shirt, if I've got the boat, I'm just thinking the goldy yellow boat, maybe I should get that in first because then I've got some colour marker as long as I don't smudge it, the boat. All right, let's start with something like comfortable and we'll put a base of sienna. That's like the safe under part. The boat, the brown sort of sienna of wood. We'll do for a starting point. I'm going to need to be careful not to be sloppy today. The big brush. Sometimes it's better with a big brush, a bit like a sharp knife. Better to have a sharp knife than a blunt one. Yeah, it's sort of up, but we'll just imagine we're down here. So, perspective-wise, it's okay. That pegs us. We'll put, some stuff under here to put it in the water, not floating. Next stage will be that boat colour. I am going to switch brushes down a bit smaller. I'm going to put some darker brown into the base. Take a bit of a chance here. I'm using a bit of sepia. And I'm going to go down in here. That'll do. And then ease it up. Oops. Oh, see, look what I did. That's just me being careless. Oh, so silly. And what am I going to do with this? Quick, grab it. All right, that's okay. Leave it there. I think if I wasn't talking, I wouldn't do things like that, but I get a bit careless when I'm talking, of course. Oh, you see me making so many mistakes. I look like a silly sausage half the time. Blender in. That's got plenty of depth in there now. Not that this is how it would go with the shading and everything, but it's what I want it to do. So I'm going to bring it up now into that goldy colour. And I'll really only put that dark colour underneath to sort of give me a foundation. It will blend in nicely, as you'll see here as we go down. You'll get this kind of wooden feeling. Top of the wood. Well, here I go trying to draw straight lines again. Impossible. That's why you have humans and not computers, because we make wiggly lines. It's the imperfection. Oh God, is that ever imperfect? I don't know. Some days are good, and others you just, the harder you try, the worse it gets. I know the technos are going, yeah, it should be thinner on the back side and blah, blah, blah. But you watch, I'll fix this up. Watch this. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to wet this up. We're going to go around and make some feeling of wood and planks and things. One more go with a bit of gouache. Right, let's go. Be careful. Bit of that out because this is quite light. Don't worry, this will back off in a minute. When we dry it, it'll back off. Uh-oh, the light's coming from the side. It's getting late. This is what happens, and the cameras go all kooky, so I'll have to put a shield there in a minute. Hold on. Pull that down, and we'll just dry it, and then I'll... So that looks too much now, doesn't it? So let's... Well, actually, maybe not. What do you think? Does that look better or worse? I think it needs to be blended out just a little bit, so I'll do that. No, I don't think that's right. I think I had it right before, and then I went too light, so definitely it doesn't look right, so I'll just bring it in. Very tiny boat for that man and that dog, but that's okay. That's what they're doing. So now we've got to ask about what colour the dog is and what colour his shirt. Two very important elements. So we want it to stand out. I've got this instinct that I want red in this picture. Yellow, yes, always yellow, but red. This Orange Lake Deep was a ripper colour, which I forgot I had, and it is a stunning red. We'll use some of that. So if we give him, so the dog can't be red or yellow. Well, it could be. The dog could be like I'd like the dog to be a pale colour. So maybe like a sort of a Labrador colour, even though it's not a Labrador because it's got pokey ears. We could make it have, let's just give it pokey ears. So you do actually get tired as an artist. Well, I stand when I work, and you're concentrating all the time. You're making things up, so it's not like doing rote tasks. You're actually making stuff out of thin air. So it is, yeah, it is actually sort of mentally tiring, if you can believe that. I'm going to curl that tail around for effect. Put his leg, that's what I was doing. He goes back there, you silly sausage. If we want to get him modelled, we have to put he's just a little bit too realistic for my likings, but that's okay. And he's quite big, some shadowy sort of stuff. So we'll go for the usual, the ultramarine blue, bit of burnt sienna. I'm back in the minutiae. I really enjoyed doing the lighthouse keeper yesterday. It was not quite so tight. And here I am again. We will get this done. Let's give him a white chest because then that's facing the light. Like a sort of a dingo or something. So now we're going to go for the bright colour on that shirt. What are we going to use, guys? We're going to use who votes for yellow, who votes for orange, who votes for red. So let's get the colour wheel out. So we've got this really blue, which is that one. The opposite of that one, well, it's orange, isn't it? Like as in yellow orange. Oops, so not red orange, but orange. So that would be sort of in between. And the opposite of that blue-green is blue-green. Red-orange. So between orange and red-orange is the absolute complementary. So of course that's, like it's sort of obvious. Let's do it. So I'm gonna mix a bit of that there, and I'll use a bit of that orangey stuff to make kind of a orange, just a straight up orange. Yeah, that's orange. And let's just give him an orange shirt. Oh, you know what? It's his fluoro. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. There you go, he's got a fluoro shirt on. There we go, that makes heaps of sense. We can brighten it up with some yellow in the highlights and darken it with some red in the shadows. All right, so we'll just get that in. Some trousers in, which I'm going to make dark. I'm sorry, I had to change the lights because you can see there's shadow everywhere now and I'm running out of light, but I want to finish this painting. Bring this hand down. Punched into it right there. There we go. So of course you could put something on his shirt like checks or something stripes to make it stand out more, which is a good way of fixing it. I'll just fix his hand. So I'm just going to go back in with a bit of a sort of a fleshy colour. There's just sort of like no sensibility to what they're doing in that boat, is there? They're just sitting in the boat. What are they doing in that boat? No idea. They're just there going somewhere. Let's get this dog sorted out. A bit of lightness into him. I've just gone straight white here. Our dog needs a face. Very simple. If you stop when you think something feels right, it may not necessarily be the exact right perspective. Often you find, it's kind of like where you find your style or whatever, because you're actually going with your preferences. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that. Just have a look. That is exactly how I want it. I couldn't have tried that. I thought I actually got that was too minutiae bound, but I actually like it a lot, even though I didn't really plan it. Okay, there we go. That's nice. Bit of pour action there. Oh yeah, I like. Sorry, going up detailed. There you go. Look at that. Oh, a few more details. Like there's no oar or anything, and I don't care. We either have a bird or something here, or a cloud. I think if I put a bird, well, yeah, a bird. But we need to anchor the boat, so let's do that quickly. Do the next thing, which is, it's not necessarily still water because it's the ocean, but let's do it. So if we put a bit of the colour of the boat in there, just try it and hope it goes all right. Right where the boat hits the water, that is, only there. If it was the ocean, you would not have exact reflection, but you would have a bit of a shadow, which would be underneath the boat, and that's why I'm using the dark colours. If we do this, we put a little tiny highlight in there, it could easily get carried away, so it's not quite what I would like to see. Actually, it's pretty dumb. Now I'm buggering that up. All right, so I need to go back and fix the dark. What have I got? What do I have? The way to fix this is that the water would be causing a small light reflection on the base, in actual fact, of that boat. So we can maybe make a compromise here. Let's just see whether I can do it or not. Let's have a look. Okay. All right, now we just have one element and we're finished. What is it? Is it a seagull? Am I going to ruin it with a silly little seagull? It's flying through the air here. Or a fish, a flying fish. Ah, that's better. That's what I want. Much better. Okay, so a flying fish. What on earth is that thing, you would be asking? Looks like a bird. Oh dear, that's pretty funny. I'm not quite sure that it looks like a fish now. It looks like some sort of little fat bird. It's a bit like a cartoon now. Well, it is the end of the day. Oh, I'm so tired. I think that's enough. That is enough. Let me sign it. It feels a little minimal, but let's just leave it like that. I like the minimal feeling on this one. I'm going to sign it down here. Oh, you know what? We could actually make that just slightly better if we put just a little detail on here. Just a couple of buttons. There we go. Look at that. All the difference, all the difference. You could actually put a pocket and all sorts of things there, but it gets too detailed. Just even an anchor on there, you know, on that little front of his boat, something that was just like a little symbolic. His feet could be slightly more defined. They're just a little bit pale at the moment. Minimal. There we go. Now with his buttons, I think he looks much better. Let's pop him in a frame and have a look. Oh, I like it. Oh, I want to buy that painting. Can you sell it to me, Helen? Yes, you can have it at $1,000 million. It's just a lovely painting, isn't it? So delicious. Even I like that one. I could put that on my wall. I'd be very happy with that. I might even do that in a big one because I think it'd be well worth it. Thank you for coming and joining me today. I'm glad I did that. And don't forget, we've still got that one to do as well, which is a bonus. Ta-da! I'm very happy with that little painting. I have to say, I'm not always happy with them, but that one I like. It's funny because, you know, as I said earlier on, the less you put into them, the better they feel. It's really, I reckon if I've learned anything through this whole process, because I never would paint this many small paintings. Even in an exhibition, I might do, I don't know, probably 6 or so, maybe a couple more for the show, but they're always like at least twice this size. But by forcing myself to do them, I actually have learnt something about simplicity, which has been good. And it's because I've been not using simplicity and I've trapped myself. But discipline, yeah, it's been good for that. And that's what I was missing. I was missing that a lot. I had no reason to go over and paint. And the reason I gave myself was actually to show up on YouTube, of all things. YouTube does not pay me a cent, not a red cent. I get nothing. Absolutely zero, you know, like you just don't. The type of subject that I'm doing here is never going to go viral. And the people that watch are probably not really my art buyers. So I am actually doing it strangely. What do I need to show off? Not at my age. I don't need to show off, I can tell you. I don't know, but it's working. It's actually getting me out. And I think it's because I'm getting to communicate directly, which is absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much for watching and listening and supporting me just by your comments. That's all. That's all I want. Like, subscribe, maybe. That would be good. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.